for the neighbors, and we had to drive all day long to get to Valencia and get one picture taken and go home and be on our merry way. But I still have it. I have the one trading card, and I have a few Masked Rider action figures at home. But my daughter has not played with them. They're tucked away in a box somewhere.
I'll just start real quick. I wore like a little jungle outfit. It was like a little leather like bra thing and a little leather skirt that tied, and yeah, I got really sick of it because it was just not a lot of clothing to be running around. It's freezing cold and running around when it's hot, and I got sick of it. But you know, it was a fun job.
I had one. Well, originally when, I wasn't a Power Ranger yet, I was just in my street clothes, and that was all really cool stuff. New Zealanders have just like sick fashion, so it was all really cool. And then we were in our, our police suits pretty much, which were a bodysuit that, went on and then had to snap underneath, which was probably one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever wore in my life, when you're kicking and it's going right up your butt and you can't do anything about it. And then we had pants that went over it with the belt, and it was long sleeved. And then there was a big thing on Ranger Board about the darts on my shirt. That was kind of interesting when I found out what the talk around town was with that. There's a lot of close-up pictures of... No, you guys don't know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No, yeah. well, you'll find out. But yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable. But after wearing it for 8 months straight, it just became like my skin. It was just like, okay, this is what I'm putting on.
I think they were alluding to Adam, but it never happened because Tanya was not as anyway.
I was linked to a couple of them. I was a witch.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Who I would want? Well, what do you think, Maya? Mike? Who's Mike? Oh, wait.
Sixth Ranger.
Mike was Leo's. Oh, Russell. Oh, yes. Cute. Yeah.
Oh, well, everybody knows that. Well, okay, so let me just say this. I feel a little out of place because I wasn't powerful in the way that these women were powerful. I had a different kind of power, and that was over the heart of my cohort, Herbie, of course. I got to be powerful, but as the bad girl. I was what I called Veronica to Molly's Betty. I was the Veronica of the Masked Rider, or Mrs. Kravitz from Bewitched, because I was snooping on everyone all the time. But I think for me, even though I had Herbie wrapped around my finger, I was definitely in love with Dex. And at the end of the second season, Patsy definitely gets a date with the Masked Rider, even though she doesn't know that it's Dex. But I think if I had a choice, and for Masked Rider fans out there, I would have gone after Danaeus. I would have, even though I got So, there you go.
At the very beginning, I was told by production that Trini did in fact have a serious crush on Billy. And I did. Yeah. So for me, my choice would have been Billy, and yeah, they said they were actually going to write an episode where we were going to do whatever teenagers do.
Bye-bye.
Which nowadays is a lot.
Oh goodness.
Ashley, you got the best one.
Well, all three. Well, everybody always thought something was, yeah. No, Boom. Because Boom was a smart one. He was really funny. He could fix anything that went wrong. So definitely Boom.
That was a fun question.
Ashley and Zane. Andros.
Oh yeah, woo!
May I ask where you heard this? Ranger board. Okay. Okay. Do I really need to answer that? Okay. Yeah.
I didn't even hear what was said.
I have no idea what the question was then.
Well, I have to say this. I enjoyed The Bear, only because it was the movie, and it was just really exciting being in Australia and shooting this movie. And it was like larger than life. I mean, I came on and I was I would have to say, you know, what was it? You guys know. I would have to say, what was it? Saber-tooth tiger, Griffin dinosaur power. Like, that was way too much to say. So I like Bear. Like, that was so ADR was so much easier that way, but I like the Bear. I like the toys that they came out for the movie. I like, you know, you want to boogie with the bear. I liked everything about it was cute. Yeah, it was all really, really cute. And it was for girlies. I liked it.
I liked the car. I liked my Suzuki. I liked driving. Yeah, that's what I liked. Yay!
I like the Quasar Saber. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Yep. That is what was fun for us. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Okay.
Good fun question.
Thank you.
I'll go with Serena's answer. Yeah. Thank you. Next question.
Next question.
Very creative questions, by the way. Keep them up. Except for the children eating thing.
I'll jump in. The guys are great. I mean, the guys for me, they were kind of my group of guys every day. So for me, when you're on set for like 12 hours, it's like great to have someone who's gonna sit there and like just entertain you, you know? And they were just, you know, constantly doing silly stuff. And I mean, it was just crazy. They would play jokes on every single person. So nobody was safe.
And for those of you who've seen Jason Frank, you realize that some things have never
changed. Exactly. Thank God.
I had pretty much the same group of guys that she had, so I had the exact same experience. We had very long days, we had great days and not so many great days, but overall it was such a wonderful experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, and the guys really helped me because I didn't know much martial arts. I was a dancer. And then coming onto the show, you know, everyone, like a true martial artist, like tried and true, they've studied for years. So for me, I was like, I didn't want to look foolish, and I definitely didn't want to, you know, disgrace martial arts by being someone who's not martial artist and not really look good. So all those guys really helped me out. You know, on the set team, they always would like, you know, spend extra time, and they would really say, dude, you know, bring your personality into it, do something, you know, do what you do. And so they really helped me find that common ground that I was comfortable with the physical aspect of the show. I mean, I can work choreography, but to make it look tough, you know, you wanted it to look good. So they were great.
For me, Brandon, Matt, and Chris, they're like my brothers, really, because we all flew to New Zealand, and when I got off the plane, like, I didn't know anyone, like, no one. You know, even the person picking me up, I was like, I had no idea what they looked like, names. So when we all met each other, we were all kind of in the same boat, and so it was like, Ali became my sister, you know, and confidant, and then the boys were my boys. Like, we all looked out for each other, like, big time, and they were goofballs. Chris is crazy on set, like, he's like a Tasmanian devil. He's just like, will not stop. Matt was asleep most of the time, so he can pass out like that. It's crazy.
Same with our season. The guy, Reggie played the Green Ranger and Archie was Blue. We became dear friends, and we are still dear friends. So, it's like, it was like college almost. You know, I was young and I feel like those were like my college buddies. So it was a blessing, the show was for me.
You were speaking of Jason earlier, and a lot of you, again, don't know this, but Jason and I didn't come out of the same martial arts system. I've known Jason since he was about 7 or 8 years old. And Jason was just the same back then, constantly getting in trouble. He was a total rebel, but he was so good back then. At 9 years old, I remember watching him break like 10 bricks on fire with his hands. Yeah, so you guys want to find some good film footage, find that. Yeah, he is amazing. Jason. Yeah, Jason Frank. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jason Frank.